All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is Cruisin' with Ted. And today we have a live video presentation with Seven Seas Cruises. So today we have with us Nicole Castillo, who's the representative for Regent Seven Seas Cruises. So without further ado, take it away, Nicole.
Thank you so much, Ted. Good afternoon, everyone. It's so great to be with all of you today. Again, my name is Nicole Castillo, and I am the Director of Sales and Marketing for the Florida region for Regent Seven Seas Cruises. Let me just go ahead and share my screen here and cross my fingers it goes smooth, because with technology,
that looks great.
It can be a hit or miss. Okay, good. So again, it's so wonderful to be here with all of you today. Thank you, Ted, and also to the entire Cruisin' with Ted team for once again giving me the opportunity to spend some time with all of you. We have a great longstanding relationship with Ted and his team, and it's always a pleasure to participate in his Zoom events. I also want to give a special thanks. Any Seven Seas Society past passengers in today's presentation?
I see a few popping up.
Yeah, wonderful. So on behalf of all of us here at Regent Seven Seas Cruises, we appreciate very much your loyalty. If you are new to Regent Seven Seas Cruises, the experience, we're looking forward to welcoming you aboard very soon, hopefully. So today's presentation will include, I like to start off with an overview, a brief overview of Regent Seven Seas Cruises. We normally have folks that have never sailed with us joining these calls, and I always like to provide some important aspects of our brand for those of you that perhaps are not very familiar with us. I will then share an exciting overview of our new 2024-2025 itineraries, and also share with you information on our newest baby, the Seven Seas Grandeur, which will be introduced to our fleet here next November. So hard to believe that we are talking about itineraries into 2025 and introducing a new ship next year in 2023. So let's go ahead and get started. But actually, before I get started, I again want to remind you that if you have any questions, feel free to enter them into the chat box, and then we'll answer as many as possible at the end of the presentation. So we like to define our brands by pillars. And here on the screen, you're going to find 4 distinct pillars that helped really identify our brand. One of the pillars that I really am the most proud of is impeccable service. And the reason I'm so proud of this pillar and what makes us really stand apart, in my opinion, is our onboard crew. They truly are the heart of our brand. And we're very proud of just how wonderful they are with our guests. And they truly are the reason why our guests continue to come back to us. So just to give you an idea, we have our largest ship accommodates no more than 750 guests, and that ship has 552 crew members on board. So that is almost a 1 to 1.5 guest to crew ratio. And because we have that guest to crew ratio, our crew members are truly able to find out what's important to our guests, connect with them, and deliver upon them that. And we're able to do that because we're smaller. We don't have a lot of guests to begin with, and we have quite a few crew members on board our ship to be able to provide that very personalized service. The second pillar, exquisite cuisine. Everything is beautifully presented, freshly prepared. We have several different dining options on board our ships, and I'll go over a couple of those in the next slides to come. And then the next pillar, luxurious suites. So we are all suite accommodations on board our ships, with 4 out of our 5 ships being balcony suite accommodations. We don't have any interior suites within our brand. There's actually only one of our ships, the Seven Seas Navigator, that has some window suites. But even on that ship, the majority are going to be balcony suite accommodations. So our accommodations are going to range anywhere from 250 square feet all the way up to our Regent Suite that can be found on the Explorer class ships that are 4,400 square feet accommodations. So a lot of range as far as the accommodations that we offer for our guests, and very spacious accommodations, even in that minimum accommodation. The next pillar, I will say that folks that are being introduced to our brand, the number one reason that they are choosing a Regent Seven Seas cruise is because of the immersive exploration pillar. So they want an immersive experience, and they like what we have to offer for our guests and how we immerse them into the destinations that we visit. We offer 450 worldwide destinations with endless options on immersing our guests. So just to name a few, in addition to the free unlimited shore excursions that we offer, we also have things like our Go Local tours, which are more off the beaten path type of experiences, more what the locals experience, what the locals are doing. So go fishing with the locals in Portofino. We also have our small group tour options where you're guaranteed no more than 16 guests in a particular cruise tour. And then we also offer in many of our destinations things like pre and post land packages, and many of them are included in the fare as well. And let's say you want a completely different experience at a particular port. You don't want to take part in our shore excursions because perhaps you've been to this particular port before and you've done the Go Local tours, or you've done the included shore excursions. You want us to curate a completely different experience at a particular port. We can do that as well through our executive collections. So various ways that we immerse our guests is definitely something that we take pride of within our brand. And then where we hang our hat, so to speak, is in our every luxury included component. You may know it perhaps as the all-inclusive term, but I would say a couple of years ago, we've rephrased that to every luxury included, because I know that some of the other cruise lines have started to include more, and that's wonderful for our industry, but it's kind of muddied the waters a little bit as far as, what's included. And when you look at a Regent Seven Seas Cruises, virtually everything is included without any restrictions. So when you take a look at airfare, on all of our itineraries, we include round-trip airfare from about 30 major gateways. If it is an itinerary that includes an intercontinental flight, so anything over the water, business class air will be included in those fares. Domestic itinerary, Alaska, Caribbean, it would be economy air out of those 30 major gateways. And then you look at, for example, everything from your shore excursions are going to be included at any given port. We have at average anywhere between 4 to, let's say, 10 included shore excursions, and it's unlimited. So as much energy as you have, you can take part in a morning, an afternoon, or if we're at a particular port late in the evening or overnight and we're offering an evening shore excursion, you can do that as well. So it's unlimited. It's not just one shore excursion to choose from at a particular port. Everything from unlimited beverages, including fine wines and spirits, open bars throughout our entire ship, mini bars in your suite, replenished daily with a beverage of your choice, prepaid gratuities, specialty restaurants. If you're taking our air package, round trip transfers are going to be included as well in that package. And we're always looking at ways to include more. And one of the newest inclusions that we recently announced is that we are offering free valet laundry service for all of our guests, no matter what accommodation that they're booking. So this is wash, fold, and delivered to you in a very beautiful presentation to your suite. So again, we're so inclusive that you can literally step off the ship and not have a bill once you've completed your cruise with us. It really, truly is about the experience once you sail on a Regent Seven Seas Cruises, and we want to eliminate all of those worries or onboard charges that you may incur when you sail. I'm thrilled to share with all of you our 2024-2025 Voyage collection, which was released a few weeks ago. And it's very important for me to really just give you an overview on what itineraries are available and perhaps highlight a few that have been popular in the past. Because for those of you, especially those past passengers that are on today's call, you know that there's just some very specific itineraries that, although we're talking about 2024-2025, if you don't book that perhaps now or in the next couple of months, as you wait closer in, that itinerary, especially in those higher accommodations, may not be available. If you're interested in any of the itineraries I go over today or want to learn more about a particular destination, be sure to contact Ted and his team. I know that they're very well informed on our brand and is definitely a great resource to assist you. Or if you're already working with a travel agency, be sure to contact them for more information. I'm a big advocate of working with a travel agent, and I always like to make sure I mention that on the call because they're excellent resources for all of you. So our 2024-2025 sailing season highlight include 160 new itineraries, over 130 overnights, and 18 new ports of calls in the Mediterranean and Northern Europe. New destination highlights, for example, include 2 14-night Alaska sailings, more variety itineraries in Western Europe than ever before. And for the first time, I'm excited to share that our newest ship, the Seven Seas Grandeur, will be doing our Canada, New England itineraries as part of this collection. And I'll highlight that and give you more details here soon. The collection includes 18 new ports in Europe. And the overall theme, when you look at these ports, is that these are places where the Europeans vacation. They're more off the beaten path type of destinations. For example, Ponza, Italy is a popular vacation destination for Italians, is often referred to by locals as the Capri without the tourists. It is a beautiful coastal town with steep white cliffs and crystalline waters. So you're going to see that theme throughout these new ports that we've introduced in this new collection. The collection also offers more overnight stays in destinations where one day is just simply not enough. We overnight in places, for example, like the capital of Argentina, Buenos Aires, where on day one, perhaps, you go and wander around through the Plaza de Mayo and visit the Casa Rosada, which is, for example, where the Argentinian president's his office. And it was from the balcony of the Casa Rosada where Eva Perón, which many of you may know her more as Evita, addressed her supporters. So it's very cool to just stand there and view the balcony and just visualize her being up there. And then perhaps, you go to the Recoleta Cemetery that day. And then the following day, because you're going to be there again, maybe you use that opportunity to take one of our shore excursions where you learn to tango and enjoy local Argentinian cuisine. So again, more overnight options is what we're offering in all of the destinations that you're seeing on the screen, including, for example, Tokyo, Venice, Jerusalem, Istanbul, Reykjavik. So let's move on where our ships will be positioned during our 2024-2025 collection. And again, on this screen, I'm going to give you a nice overview, but I've also, if you want to take a screenshot, any of the itineraries I mentioned, you can actually take a picture and see what are the dates of that particular itinerary. So starting off with the Seven Seas Grandeur, she will begin the season in the Mediterranean before spending the fall in Canada and New England, where she will be overnighting in beautiful Montreal on each of the 4 11-night voyages we are offering beginning September of 2024. And then in the winter of 2024 into 2025, she moves down to the Caribbean, where she will be doing in addition to the Caribbean itineraries, 2 Panama Canal crossing voyages, which almost always sell out. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned those 2 dates, which are December 13th of 24 and January 8th of 2025. Next, the Seven Seas Splendor in the spring of 2024 will be sailing the Mediterranean before sailing her Northern Europe itineraries and overnighting in calls, for example, like Oslo and Antwerp, and featuring 2 round-trip Reykjavik itineraries. We've never done round-trip Reykjavik itineraries, so this is new for this collection, before the Seven Seas Splendor then heads over to South America, sailing through the Chilean fjords and cruising by Antarctica, where she will visit places like Montevideo and Buenos Aires, Argentina. Next, the Seven Seas Mariner starts her debut with this collection with a beautiful 83-night Grand Arctic adventure before sailing the Spanish, French, and Italian Riviera, and then over to the Caribbean for a 24-night Amazon voyage at the end of 2024. And then in the beginning of 2025, she will be starting her 150-night world cruise with us, which is a Miami to San Francisco itinerary that is available to book as we speak. You will notice that the majority of our fleet will be in Europe between the spring and fall of 2024, including our most intimate ship, the Seven Seas Navigator. This particular ship will be in the Med and Northern Europe during this season, and will do an incredible 20-night round-trip Southampton voyage, including an overnight in Reykjavik and Greenland for 3 days. She then spends her winter in sailing out of Miami in the Caribbean. And if you're looking for a taste, actually, let me go back here. And if you're looking for a taste of all of Europe, we invite you to join us on the Seven Seas Voyager on June 28th, 2024 for a 79-night Northern Europe and Mediterranean combination itinerary called the Grand European Sojourn, which by the way, the Grand Voyage itself is 79 nights, but we've also segmented this actual itinerary where perhaps, if you only like a particular 12-night itinerary within the 79-night itinerary, that is available as well. She will then head to the exotic Cape Town, where she will offer itineraries like a 19-night Cape Town to Dubai voyage, which will begin on December 1st of 2024. Another highlight of this voyage collection is her 70-night Auckland to Athens Grand Spice Route Quest, which departs on March 25th of 2025. And finally, the Seven Seas Explorer, last but not least, will be perfect size to explore Alaska. We tried to put the Explorer, or it was on the plans for her to make her debut in Alaska last year for the first time in 2021. And unfortunately, that did not work out due to just, us voluntarily suspending our operations. So the Seven Seas Explorer will make her official debut in Alaska beginning in 2023. And we're going to continue this on into 2024, into 2025 as well. So we're offering 15 7-night voyages. And as I mentioned earlier in the presentation, she will also be offering 2 14-night round-trip Tokyo itineraries. 14-night round-trip Vancouver itineraries. We've gotten a lot of feedback from our past passengers that they wanted longer itineraries for Alaska, so we delivered. So again, those 14-night itineraries are listed on the screen, one of them being May 15th of 2024, and then the other being August 7th of 2024. And then she will head to the exotic islands of Japan, and on her 63-night Grand Asian Exploration Voyage, where she will be visiting ports like Singapore, Hong Kong, Bangkok, and Ho Chi Minh City. So I wanted to just pick a couple of those itineraries that I mentioned that, if you wait closer in, they might not be available due to the nature of where they're going and, of course, the timing of when they're going to these destinations. And an example of that is our 14-night round-trip Tokyo itinerary, perfectly timed with Japan's cherry blossom season. So this particular itinerary is April 14th of 2024. And as you can see, it's a true immersive experience of Japan. And you're going to be there at the perfect time to just amazing scenery of it's the cherry blossoms. And then next, if you want more of the eastern coast of Africa, we have a great itinerary. This is the Indian Ocean Islands by the Seven Seas Voyager, December 1st, 2024. And this is the 19-night Cape Town to Dubai itinerary that I mentioned, which overnights in places like the Seychelles. And this particular itinerary is an example of us offering either a 3-night wild and wonderful Cape Town Vineyards and Nature's land package, or a post land package in Dubai, included within this particular itinerary. And then we also have South America and the Great White Continent. This particular itinerary is by the Seven Seas Splendor, February 12th of 2025. It's a 19-night Santiago to Buenos Aires itinerary, where you're going to go to places like Laguna San Rafael, Ushuaia, and then overnighting, for example, in Buenos Aires on the return. Another example where we're offering a free 3-night land package in either Santiago or a post 3-night land package in Buenos Aires. And next, I wanted to talk about our newest ship, the Seven Seas Grandeur. So we have right now 5 ships sailing, and the Grandeur will be our 6th ship that we're introducing to our fleet. And I'm really big on giving the history of our brand and its taglines. You'll notice that we're really big as a brand in adding taglines to our ship, and the taglines really do tell a story. Keep in mind, we went from, let's see, the Seven Seas Mariner, Seven Seas Navigator, Voyager, Mariner, all came out roughly around the same time, with the last one being the Seven Seas Voyager that came out in 2004. Now, keep in mind, we didn't have a new ship until the Seven Seas Explorer came out back in 2016. So a big gap there. And when at the time when we introduced the Seven Seas Explorer, her tagline is the most luxurious ship to ever be built. So we really created a path to what luxury should look like from a hardware perspective in the industry. And the Seven Seas Explorer, if you've sailed on her, she absolutely delivered. And then fast forward to 2020, when her sister ship, the Seven Seas Splendor, was introduced. And her tagline is luxury perfected. So we basically took, you know, the Seven Seas Explorer, incorporated what has made her so beautiful and, you know, what our guests love, but tweaked things here and there because there's always room for improvement. And now with the Seven Seas Grandeur, which is the 3rd in the Explorer class ship series, her tagline is a heritage to luxury. And really, when you look at the history of our brand, we're celebrating luxury with the Grandeur. We're taking everything that our brand has been known for, not only from a service perspective, but from a hardware, and incorporating it into the Seven Seas Grandeur, and we're celebrating our brand. So she will still be within that mid-size ship range, so no more than 750 guests, and her tonnage is about 54,000 tons. We find that that mid-size ship range is really our sweet spot for our brand, and our guests really enjoy that. But here, the image that you're seeing is the Seven Seas Grandeur reimagined Compass Rose. So this is the main dining room on board the Grandeur, and the name, the Compass Rose, is actually the name of the main dining rooms on board all of our ships. But as you can see, it is very modern luxury. When you look at the beautiful, almost tree trunk design in this area, pillared, so to speak, they kind of make me think of tree trunks. It really does give the impression that you are dining in an enchanted forest. This is actually the relaxation area in the Serene Spa and Wellness.
Okay.
So this is, as you're entering the spa, you get, you check in and you enter the relaxation area, but it's giving me a very mystical Oriental ambiance. And then let's see if I can. And then just like we have on our Explorer class ships, the Seven Seas Grandeur will also have a culinary arts kitchen with state-of-the-art cooking stations where it's led by a chef and you can create wonderful meals on board. And then here is the Seven Seas Grandeur Steakhouse, Prime 7. This is on board all of our ships. And Prime 7 is really the decor or the ambiance is really inspired by turn of the century New York City with the nostalgic black and white design. And then here you have the observation lounge, which is on board all of our ships. It's that lounge on deck 12 that has floor to ceiling windows and great area to sit with a cocktail as the sun's setting. This is also where we have, for example, our tea time and trivia. And as you can see there on the screen, we have a beautiful, and you can't tell, but that's actually going to be a mesh crystal chandelier there in the center. And then more of a warm feeling. This is the library on board the Grandeur, and very reminiscing to the library on board the Explorer and the Splendor, which we constantly get wonderful feedback on. And again, we've incorporated the beauty of the Explorer class ships on our existing fleet prior to launching the Explorer. So the library on the Seven Seas Navigator looks very similar to what you're seeing on the screen. And then moving along to some of its accommodations, just to give you an idea, this is the Regent Suite that I mentioned earlier in the presentation, where it's a 4,400 square feet suite, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, a lot of modern, contemporary with traditional decor is going to be found throughout our ship. And you see that here in the Regent Suite, and a lot of statement pieces as well. And you see that, for example, in the fireplace with the brass flame there. That really stood out to me. And then here you have the Seven Seas Grandeur Grand Suite. So this is about an 850 square foot accommodation, 1 bedroom, 2 bath. Then you have the Grandeur Suite. Gonna, just so I don't run out of time, I'm gonna skim through here. This is the living area on the Seven Seas Suite. And then a very popular accommodation in all of our vessels is the Penthouse Suite. So this is what it's gonna look like in the Seven Seas Grandeur. We're keeping the same design layout, so to speak, that we've had on the Explorer class ships, where you have the partition, that you have the private seating area, and then the main bedroom on the other side, which is very conducive to someone perhaps that is an early riser, sailing with someone who likes to sleep in. It's very conducive to those types of folks, and I know they enjoy it very much, that layout. And then this is the deluxe suite on board the Grandeur. Very much the layout of the concierge suites as well, where the bed is actually facing the veranda. Wish we had an image that would show that, but we announced this, or we released this layout when we introduced the Seven Seas Explorer, and our guests really loved it. So the Explorer, we have incorporated it as well, I'm sorry, in the Grandeur. So here you have a list of the inaugural season of the Seven Seas Grandeur. As I mentioned, she will set sail for the first time in November of next year. She's going to be doing a crossing, so coming from Barcelona to Miami. And then she will predominantly do round trip Miami Caribbean itineraries through March. However, you'll notice there's 2 Panama Canal sailings there at the end of December of next year into early January of 24. And then once she's done with the Caribbean, she will be doing predominantly during the late spring, summer season Mediterranean itineraries. Because I know there's a lot of past passengers that join our call, I like to always remind you all of our ambassador referral program. Thank you so much for your loyalty, and we know that you're out there letting know your friends and family about all the wonderful experiences you're having on board our ships. And we, as a thank you, like to give you a savings on a future cruise for referring someone that has never sailed on our brand before. So don't forget about this ambassador program, and that new guest that you're referring also receives a savings as well. So the past passenger receives a $250 savings, and then the new to Regent reservation receives a $250 savings as well, just as a thank you for generating interest on our brand. And then last but not least, I just wanted to quickly go over an exciting offer that was just launched November 1st. And this is good through January 6th. So we have quite some time to take advantage of this wonderful offer. And it is focused on a good amount of 2023 Europe sailings. We've never done this before, but this particular offer, we are giving our guests the opportunity to have a pre or post land package, anywhere between 3 to 4 nights on a good amount of our 2023 Europe itineraries. Again, this started November 1st. It's good through January 6th. Let's say you take a look at the land portion, you, for whatever reason, you can't be gone that long, then you can opt out of that land portion and receive a generous non-use credit. Or you can translate it as a savings. So please be sure that you contact Ted for more information on this particular offer, as well as a list of sailings that qualify for it. Or again, if you're working already with a travel partner, make sure you reach out to them and ask them about the gift of travel promotion. We are going to have a Black Friday component to this offer, where if you book between November 14th through November 28th, I believe, on all those sailings that we're offering the free land program, you're also going to be receiving a $300 shipboard credit for just those days, to coincide with Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen so I can see all your wonderful faces, and then open up to questions. Now, when I logged off and was able to log back in, or when I got kicked out, it erased all the questions that were sitting there. So hopefully,
Mary Pat
Christy,
or Christy, help her with the questions.
Yeah, I'm having a little issue too. I don't know what's going
Can't
on.
see the questions anymore? You can't see the
I
chat?
can see some of them.
Okay, what about you, Mary Pat?
Mary Pat got kicked off because of the storm in Florida.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's what happens when you live in Florida, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't think there was much going on, but I think I had a lawn chair out there that got tipped over. So, you know, that's a major problem there. But anyway, let's go through some of these questions, okay? Let's see.
lot of what I'm seeing when I logged back in was a lot of just, you know, praising of the free laundry. And
Yes.
I agree with that. I think the word luxury really means something different for everyone. But for me in particular, one of the things I dreaded coming back from vacation was all the laundry that I had to do. So that for me is definitely one of my top faves of our brand.
Yeah, there really, honestly, I don't think there was very many questions. It was just like Nicole said, mostly praising of the service in general. We have a lot of cruisers. I have, let me just scroll through. I lost like half the messages.
And thank you, Mr. Dice, for the compliment on excellent staff. As I said, they're the heart of what we do, and we would be nothing without our amazing crew. Can't tell you how many times I've boarded our ship and I'm kind of just watching as guests are embarking, and you're usually greeted with a glass of champagne, and you have crew members just recognizing folks that they haven't seen for a long time and coming up to the guests and just greeting them and calling them, you know, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And then, you know, they'll say exchange their words, and then you'll see our guests looking at each other saying they couldn't believe that, you know, he remembered us. We haven't sailed since, you know, in 2 years, 3 years, but our crew members are just phenomenal, and they really, like I said, are the heart of what we do.
Nicole, there's somebody here. We've got Tom Burgett. He's been on 8 Regent cruises with 4 more booked. That'll be a total of 12. We can't say enough good about Regent. If you haven't tried Regent, please do so. You won't be disappointed. What is it that keeps these people coming back time after time, you know?
Well, like I said, it's the crew. I mean, the crew really truly creates a home away from home environment. And that's one of the things I constantly hear from our guests. I mean, during the pandemic, one of the things we quickly caught on was that our guests were concerned about our crew, wanted to know about, you know, that bartender that they had, you know, in the Meridian Lounge, how he's doing. So we created actually a series just talking about our guests and our crew members, and we actually called it the heart of what we do. So the number one reason why they keep coming back is definitely, you know, because of our service, because of our people. Another thing I hear a lot is, again, the destinations that we visit, the immersion of it, and then also the every luxury included component, you know, is huge. When you look at our value and everything that we include, and none of the nickeling and diming that goes on nowadays in the travel environment, our value is second to none, without a doubt. When you compare us, you know, to any, quite frankly, you know, luxury cruise line or cruising in general, or to hotels, for example, the value is definitely there in a Regent Seven Seas cruise, and I hear that a lot from our guests.
Thank you, Nicole. There's a question here from Leslie Hughes. Is there a need for additional electrical plugs for US electronic? Like we have people, many people coming from overseas, some people going from the US. Some people have CPAP machines. What do you recommend here?
So I know for sure the Explorer class ships, we have the US electronic in certain areas. I know on the ship we have the in the bathroom on some of we have the international, but like in the vanity area, we have the US. But if you can just somehow, are you booking through a travel partner? If you are, I would say reach out to your travel partner, give her the ship and sail date. That way she can reach out to us to find out that specific information as it pertains to the sailing year on the ship. But I would say, at least all the ships that I've been on, ours have the adapters for the US appliances or whatnot.
I don't know of anything else. Guys, any other questions come to mind before I go through some of my slides?
I don't think so. I think that was it.
Okay, so while I get set up here, Christy, why don't you tell them just a little bit about yourself? What are some of the perks you offer, experience? Just take a couple minutes while I get set up here. How does that sound? Okay.
Sure. So hi, everyone. I'm Christy, and I'm actually in New York, but I work with people all over the country. As far as what I can offer, we're a full service travel agency. So if you are, say, for example, you're going on a Regent cruise, but you want to arrive a few weeks early and you want like a customized trip prior to your sailing, we can take care of all of that for you. I know, Regent has pre and post cruise options, but if you want something extensive, we take care of all of that. As far as, we also offer insurance, which we always highly recommend. But really we can take care of any detail from beginning to end of your trip, and we are just a phone call away. We're always here for you. But I think that pretty much covers everything.
All right, thanks, second. So this is Cruisin with Ted. We have a huge travel agency. We take people from around the world, and we've been here since the turn of the century. We have successfully assisted tens of thousands of discerning travelers just like you. We offer insider access to travel deals on all major vacation vendors. Okay, so that's our website there, CruisinWithTed.com. And of course, we offer Regent Seven Seas. We specialize in small ship cruises like river, expedition, luxury, yacht cruises, but we also do land travel as well. So please reach out to us if you need some help. And we also, whether it be you're planning a small ship cruise vacation, airline reservations, boutique hotels, we are your go-to agency for help. Our agents average over 20 years of seasoning in the travel industry. So we're well prepared to help you out there. All right. And this is some of our information on social media. Please like our Facebook page. It's Cruisin with Ted. I didn't get a chance to proofread that because we just threw this up there, but it's Cruisin with Ted. Like our Facebook page for travel and join one of our over 23 travel Facebook groups. We also have a Facebook group for Regents called Regent Seven Seas Cruises Friends. So we have almost 4,000 members in our Regent Seven Seas Cruises Friends group. We also have one for World Cruises. So join our group for Regent World and Grand Voyages called Regent Seven Seas World Cruise Explorers. So that's a really exciting and exclusive group. Okay. And this is our team that's here to help you. We've got Roxanne on the West Coast. She couldn't be here today because there's a big signature travel event going on in Las Vegas right now. She actually works out of Las Vegas. We have Carolyn, who's one of our most experienced agents. She's on the East Coast. There's all our information. Mary Pat, she's here today. That's her phone number and her information. That's of course me, Cruisin with Ted. All of us are well seasoned, and that's Christy. She's with us today. That's her email and her. What's your full phone number there, Christy? Sorry about that.
Oh, 315-576-4257. I'll put it in the chat as well.
Okay, good. All right. Like I say, we kind of had to jump into this a little bit, but okay. And then let me go on to the next one. 1 second here. And we have a huge travel agency. We take people from around the world, and we've been here since the turn of the century. We have successfully assisted tens of thousands of discerning travelers just like you. We offer insider access to travel deals on all major vacation vendors. Okay, so that's our website there, CruisinWithTed.com. And of course, we offer Regent Seven Seas. We specialize in small ship cruises like river, expedition, luxury, yacht cruises, but we also do land travel as well. So please, please, please reach out to us if you need some help. And we also, whether it be you're planning a small ship cruise vacation, airline reservations, boutique hotels, we are your go-to agency for help. Our agents average over 20 years of seasoning in the travel industry. So we're well prepared to help you out there. All right. And this is some of our information on social media. Please like our Facebook page. It's so with us, we have first of all, we have everything included with Regent. So how can we offer extra perks? So, there's upgraded shore excursions that you can get. Isn't that correct with Nicole? That you do need to pay for, like a helicopter ride or special stuff like that?
That's correct. The Regent Choice excursions, while a good amount of our excursions are included, we do have some that there's an upcharge for, like a helicopter ride over a glacier would be an example of a Regent Choice excursion that there's an upcharge for.
Right. So we have a website here. It's called CruisinWithTed.com. You're welcome to go on our website. When you click on it, you can win a free vacation. You can sign up for our special offers. And then you can find all the cruise lines and all the travel companies represented right there in one place on our website, including Regent Seven Seas. And like I said, we specialize in small ship ocean, river cruises, expedition cruises, yacht cruises, anything like that. So anything you need in that area, and also land travel, group travel, things like that, we do that as well. So Christy, Mary Pat, we're all experts on that. And then once you go on our website and you look at what we offer, we have live information on what the costs are for these cruises. Like here's Regent Cruise. It shows there's an extra credit offer, which you can see right here. There's also we may add an extra hotel. We may add a cocktail reception and a hosted sailing. So you'll have actually somebody there who represents us through our consortia called Signature Travel, and they're right there. So you may get extra credit, you may get that special service, maybe even a special outing where we have a limousine driver take you to some location out there. So we have all kinds of special things going on like that. So even if you have never worked with a travel agent before, try us out. Even if you already booked, give us a call. We may be able to help you. If we can't, service your reservation, we can help you with travel insurance. We'd be willing to help you answer questions. And so the next time you cruise, you'll want to call us, okay? And here's some things about life on board. Nicole, what do we call this one on the left? A block party, right? How does that work?
That's a block party. And usually on the second evening, you have the captain coming on or the cruise director and just having everybody come out of their suite, grab a glass of champagne in your suite, and you have the captain and the crew members and just coming around every deck and just saying hello, shaking everyone's hand. So again, it's just we call it a block party. It's one of our longest standing traditions that we have that our guests really enjoy. Again, going along the lines of creating that home away from home, and meet your neighbors, meet your crew, meet the captain and the officers.
So on the second night of the cruise, be ready for that. Girls, if you got your hair in curls or men, just make sure.
Oh, I think Ted might have froze too.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I can go over some of the things that he had there. During the holidays, we do some wonderful Christmas caroling throughout the ship. And beautiful. All of our ships are always decorated for the holidays, just so tastefully done and beautiful with that holiday spirit. Ted, I don't know, are you back on?
Me?
Oh, yeah, because you got cut off there. So I was just giving him a little description of the images he had there.
So you know what? Let's just get through this fast before we all get blown away here in Florida. Okay. You still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So this little box here, you'll see in some of the suites, there's a little bear on top of the box. These are all little survival kit with the bear, right, Nicole? and there's all kinds of handy things in there. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. And then on the right here is the, help me out here,
The Culinary
Well-
Arts Kitchen.
the course. And how do people sign up for that? There's a lot of questions about that.
On the Culinary Arts Kitchen, that's something that's something that you can sign up prior to boarding. And then it usually sells out before, so I wouldn't wait till you get on board to sign up for the Culinary Arts Kitchen. Keep in mind, there's only 18 individual cooking stations, so that limits 18, folks per class. But that's something that you can book prior to sailing.
Can I jump
Okay,
in
you
real quick?
Go ahead.
I just have one, Wanda Parker said, I heard that Regent, Oceania, and NCL will share one loyalty rewards program. Is this true, and when will it become effective?
So we don't have, that's a very good question, Wanda. We don't, as of now, have a brand reciprocity program, so to speak. It's something that we've looked at for quite some time now. From my understanding, nothing's been finalized. It's more along the lines we're continuing to look at it to see what will work. But from what I understand, the challenge is on the Regent brand. What can we come up with for someone who has sailed with Oceania multiple times or our Norwegian cruise line multiple times and now move over to Regent for the first time? What can we offer that is already not offered within the fabric of our brand? So that's kind of the challenge. What can we create loyalty wise? But I know that it's something that's always being looked at. But as of right now, from my understanding, I don't think anything's been finalized, and there's certainly not a timeline on that right now.
Okay, thank
Here we
you.
go. Other information to contact us. Here's my phone number, email. We also gave you other information. Thanks you much for joining us today. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but keep cruising. Keep going with Regent. Give Regent a try. No matter what cruise line you're on, you're going to see with all the inclusions, they are the best value. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye from Cruisin' with Ted.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.